You got it?
Hello. Today Chelsea is going to be talking to us about basketball, and she's an expert in it. She's been playing it since she's been in second grade, and she loves the sport. So give her your undivided attention.
So how many of you have ever played like an organized sport in high school, college, whatever? So you know that there's basic aspects, rules, things you need to know in order to actually play on the team. So this is a quote by Michael Jordan. I can accept failure. Everyone fails at something, but what I cannot accept is not trying. Michael Jordan is the best basketball player of all times. He was a shooting guard. He's best known for playing with the Chicago Bulls, and they won lots of championships. So what I'm going to talk to you about today is the different positions on the basketball court. There's 5. The offenses, the different plays, and defense, the way you set up to stop the other team from scoring. So first, the positions. The first position is the point guard. Over there in the picture you can see where the main setup is. The point guard is usually the quickest, smallest person on the court. They are in charge of ball handling, commanding the floor, and they just take control. They're not much of a shooter or anything, but they like to drive a lot, and they have to have really good passing skills and really good ball handling skills. And the second one is the shooting guard. Like I said before, Michael Jordan was a shooting guard, scored tons of points. They are obviously the best shooter on the court. They still have to be good at ball handling and passing, have to be able to drive the ball, and all the basic other things you have to do to play basketball. And then there's the small forward. The small forward is pretty much like the shooting guard. Today they're more known as like wing positions. So they line up pretty much in the same spot. Still has to be a good shooter, drives the ball handling. This person also is one of the fastest on the court, and they have to be pretty good at rebounding. And then there's the power forward. The power forward is like the toughest girl or guy on the floor. She has to be able to rebound really well, jump, get balls out. Like you have to be able to see the court and be able to make good passes. And then the center. The center is the tallest person on the floor. They play underneath the basket, don't take shots from more than like 10 feet away from the basket. And they just need to be able to see the court also. Since they're the tallest person, they need to be able to make good passes from the inside. And there on the picture you can see where all the positions line up to start. That doesn't stay that way very long because people are constantly moving and they don't stay in the same spot. So next is offense. The main goal of the offense is to score, obviously. You need to make plays to get yourself open, to get your teammates open, work together with each other to make sure that you can score, because how are you going to win a game if you don't score points? And then the main play that most teams use is motion. Motion is a continuous play, mostly used against man defenses. Man is when you play one-on-one with someone. That's continuous motion, mostly driving the ball, trying to get open girls, just trying to get to the basket as often as you can. There's tons of different offenses. Coaches have set offenses that they make for their teams. They can be against man or zone. Man, like I said, is you have like your own person. You have to make sure you know where they are. You're responsible for them. So when you're playing a man offense, you have to try to get away from your person so that you can get open enough to score. And then a zone offense is when people on a zone base in the defense basically stay in the same spot. They just pick people up when they come into their area. So when you're playing that, you just try to get to the open area. Since no one has like a designated girl in defense, it's a little easier to get open most times, but if you're not a good shooting team, it's hard because the middle is so packed up, it's hard to get layups. There's primary offenses and secondary offenses. Primary offenses are the offenses that you use throughout the whole game. Basically, sometimes they have like run time off the clock, take your time, there's no rush, get open shot, and things like that. And then there's secondary offenses. These offenses are for the end of game or like end of quarter, like buzzer beater shots, like when you need a quick score fast if you're down by a lot of points or something like that. And then there's defense. Defense wins championships because whether you can score or not, if you don't have a defense, the other team will score every time down the court, and then you'll lose because they'll have more points. So there's 2 main components: foundation and concentration. The foundation is the foundation of your defense, like of your whole team. Everyone needs to work together, needs to be in it together and just you need to stay strong. And then the concentration is your focus. You need to focus on defense because if one girl gets open and gets by you, they score and then you're down. So you need to use these two aspects to play. Man defense, like I said, is one-on-one. You have your own girl, try to stay with your girl at all times. You don't play right up on the person, but you have to play weak side defense, which is taking a step or two away from them so you can help other people in case they get by their girl. And then there's zone defense. Zone is staying in your own area. The main two types of zone is a 2-3, which is 2 girls at the top of the key and then 3 underneath, or a 3-2, which is obviously 3 at the top or 2 underneath. That's why it's so hard. People play zone defense against teams that can't really shoot because they're forced to shoot the ball more and they know that they won't score. And then there's matchup. That's both man and zone defenses. Box and one is a box defense, a girl at each corner, and then the one would be your best defender on their best shooter or their best player. You don't want them to get open or get the ball. And then the triangle and 2 is the same thing, but they're just 3 girls that have their own zones, and then the other 2 are matched up with the best players. What our team plays is a matchup zone. It's aspects of both, but it's really complicated, so even if we don't know what we're doing it sometimes, the other team has no idea, so everyone's confused, so it works well for us, I guess. So basically, recap, there's 5 different positions on the court, but you need everyone to work together in order to win games. You can't just win a game by yourself. The offenses is the way you score and the different plays that you have, and the defense is to stop the other team from scoring so that you can win. This is another quote by Michael Jordan: "Talent wins games, but teamwork and intelligence wins championships." Michael Jordan was an awesome basketball player. Amazing skill, but he couldn't win a game by himself. Even though he had tons of points, scored all the time, he still needed the team behind him to help him out. He didn't have every point in one game, so he needed the team behind him to win. And they have won tons of championships. Questions?